and the recording.
Thank you, Carly. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is March 12th. It is uh, somewhat dry-ish in Oregon at the moment, and I hope everybody's able to go smell and look at the beautiful cherry blossoms and as spring starts to make herself present. So my name is Abby Stamp. My pronouns are she and her. I'm the Measure 110 Executive Director, and I will be assisting the tri-chairs today with facilitating for today's meeting. The Oversight and Accountability Council welcomes and can be found on the Measure 110 OAC website. OAC members have asked that OHA and other staff who are present in the meeting space introduce themselves in the chat. Please share your role with the agency, and if you are a subject matter expert, your area of expertise, please. I'll now turn it over to Dharma. I believe you're facilitating today. No, Leticia is
Yes.
facilitating. No, you are. Sorry,
Yes.
apologies. For opening remarks, over to you.
Hi, folks. I have dropped out a couple times, so I'm going to leave my camera off so I don't disconnect again. But hi, folks. I'm Dharma Mirza. You see your pronouns. I'm one of the tri-chairs. I just want to announce the agenda. So today we just have the tri-chair election and some OHA updates. I'm going to pass it off to Carly for attendance.
Hey everyone, give me 1 second. My sheet closed. Okay, Ami.
Here.
Hi, Ami. Amy? Caroline?
Here.
Hey, Caroline. Dharma.
Here.
Hey, Dharma. Hubert?
Here.
Hi, Hubert.
Hello.
Hunter?
Here.
Jackie? Or hey, Hunter. Again. Jackie? Keisha?
Here.
Hey, Keisha. Leticia?
Here.
Hi, Leticia. Linda?
Here.
Hey, Linda. Mason?
Here.
Hey, Mason. Melissa? Don't see her. Morgan? Ryan? I see you're here, Ryan. If you can't unmute, you can put it in the chat.
I said here.
Oh, I missed you. Sorry about that. Sabrina?
I'm here.
Hey, Sabrina. And Zeb is out today. Sam is not here. Annalise? And we have quorum with 11. Back to you, Dharma.
Thanks, Carly. Alrighty, folks. So first, we're going to start off with the tri-chair election. So please keep in mind that just for anyone for self-nominations, I want to just before note that please keep in mind that a tri-chair position is a significant time commitment, requires regular attendance at OAC meetings. In addition to the weekly OAC meetings, it requires up to 2 additional meeting hours per week, and the ability to be responsive to both emails and phone calls. Additionally, tri-chairs are often asked to do presentations, provide quotes, attend interviews, and testify at the legislature. The new tri-chair will shadow until the new term begins on March 31st, and then the term is 1 year. And the standing tri-chair meetings are every Tuesday before an OAC meeting at 11 a.m. for 30 minutes, and every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. So I just wanted to open that up for self-nominations. I know that I want to nominate myself.
Keisha, were you still wanting to self-nominate?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to say a little something, or do you just want me to put your name down?
I don't know in which order we're flowing.
Just self-nominating, and if you want to make a little statement in support of your nomination.
Okay. Hey, kind of said it last time, but I really Want to see representation from the tri-chairs of those most impacted by the war on drugs. I am myself a product of the war on drugs. I got my first, sorry, I was walking. I got my first felony 3 weeks after I turned 18 for a small amount of drugs. I see my communities ripped apart, gentrified, seen a lot of violence, death, trauma, and neighborhoods ripped apart by the war on drugs. And I really want to make sure we have full representation of what that means to be most impacted by the war on drugs. I'm committed. Make meetings. I'm reliable. Um, uh, I have worked in this field for a while, so I have many different angles around this work. I just was at Advocacy Day last week, speaking with the governor, speaking. So I have the insight of the political side, the treatment side, the community side, and a few other angles. So, and I really want to make sure that this committee has the best representation as possible.
Thanks, Keisha. Is there any other calls for self-nominations, folks? Go ahead, Caroline.
I'm not nominating myself. What I want to know is there only one opening right now?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, thank you, because Leticia and Jeb and Dharma are the current three, correct? Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Leticia,
Is Morgan here? I
they're
think she had
not.
okay, thought she had self-nominated herself last time. Wanted to give her that opportunity.
I guess I can do my statement now too, if that's okay. Um, So, um, as folks know, I'm one of the tri-chairs that was held over from before. I think it's really important that we have continuity in being able to speak to things that happened on the tri-chair committee before. As we have two new members transitioning onto the tri-chair group. I think it's important to be able to give that like context of what happened before. Also being the only transgender woman on the council, I think it's very important to have representation. Transgender people are losing their rights like rapidly across the United States right now. And transgender people, especially transgender women of color, have some of the highest substance use disorder rates and overdose risk rates of any population in the United States or in the world. I come from a community where they used to tell us that our life expectancy was less than 35 at times. And so I just wanted to, and so it's a testament to our survivability and our resilience that I'm here. And I think that it's important that we have that representation as well. But I also think that I can bring a lot of really important perspectives as a researcher, as someone with a substance use disorder, as someone that's a consumer of our burn resources right now. I can really speak to the how things are working and how are impacting folks as well. I think that Keisha would also be an excellent choice. So I just want to point that out, that you'll be in good hands either way. And so, yeah, thank you so much. If there's no other nominations or questions, then I think we could move to a vote then, Carly.
Sounds good. Just want to confirm there's no other self-nominations. Okay. And when I call your name, if you can just say Dharma or Keisha, we only have two, so it'll be a pretty quick vote. On me.
My apologies. Can you come right back to me?
Absolutely. Amy, did she step in here? No. Caroline,
Lakeisha,
Dharma,
Myself,
Hubert,
Keisha.
Hunter,
Keisha.
Jackie. I believe she joined. Keisha,
Me, Keisha.
Leticia,
Dharma,
Linda,
Keisha,
Mason,
Dharma.
Melissa,
Keisha.
Morgan,
Dharma.
Ryan,
Keisha.
Sabrina,
I want to say this is one of the harder ones, but I'll go with Keisha.
and Zeb is out. It looks like Keisha wins with 8 votes and Dharma got 4. Congratulations, Keisha.
And Ami, I saw your hand.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to vote Keisha. My
I'm
apologies.
sorry, I completely forgot to go back to you. So Keisha has 9 votes and Dharma has 4.
Congratulations, Keisha. Great.
Thank you
And
all. I will make you proud.
that makes it for our election. Thanks for making it easy, folks. And then we just have some OHA updates. So Abby.
Last meeting, yeah, that was the last meeting. You all voted to delegate the denial and appeal decision making to OHA, and I have been managing that, and I wanted to give an update today. And I apologize, I'm working on a very small screen and trying to see all of you and also what I want to report to you. So this is, oh yeah, now that's too big. I can't see any of you. This is as of yesterday morning. We have received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 appeals from entities who applied but were not awarded funding. And I wanted to report back on who those organizations were and the decisions they're in. So you delegated that back to me. I want to report back to you. I find myself kind of immediately getting short of breath, just because it's just like the decision making you all went through, rereading the heartfelt and really so service-oriented validity that every provider articulated about the amazing services all of these entities provide in their community. It's gut-wrenching that there really has not been enough money to go around. So that's what this experience has been for me so far. And I wanted to give you a quick summary. So we had of the I'll just go over them quickly. So the first one that we received was from Benton County, from Faith, Hope, and Charity. And this organization, I would say that there were some additional, there was feedback submitted by folks who watched all of the OAC and panel review meetings, and really had some insight and critical feedback about how those processes went. And I made sure to continue to consult with DOJ, and there really aren't any concerns that rise to a real legal threshold. And so Faith, Hope, and Charity from Benton County, Lifeboat from Clatsop County, Bay Area First Step from Curry County, Dawn's House from Deschutes County, Climbing Mountains from Jefferson County, and Juntos Northwest from Washington County. And so all of those 6 were applicants that were new. And so they were not kind of highlighted that orange color in your vote to prioritize funding existing grantees to ensure continuity from one grant cycle to the next. And so the one organization whose whose appeal I want to approve, I will approve, is in Josephine County, Options for Southern Oregon. And I wanted to explain the reasoning behind that. So Options for Southern Oregon was one of the few applicants who is an existing grantee today who was not awarded funding for the next grant cycle. And because of the OAC vote to prioritize continuity, that led to some concerns on my part. The other thing, I went back and looked, actually rewatched your meeting. And I looked at the application again and read their appeal is that in Josephine County, I don't know if y'all remember the conversation, but Options for Southern Oregon, who is the CMHP in that community, was the only organization that applied for a big chunk of funding for SUD, for substance use disorder services. There were two other entities that were going to provide SUD in Josephine County. One indicated a pretty small dollar amount, is like $143,000 over a 4-year period. And it really wasn't clear. That felt like not enough Measure 110 specific funding for folks who are either don't have insurance or Medicaid, or for services that are not Medicaid coverable. And the other organization in Josephine County who indicated they would be doing substance use disorder work didn't have a budget. So it really wasn't clear, because we can't go back and talk to the applicants what that was going to be. So my assessment was, because Options for Southern Oregon is an existing grantee to ensure continuity of care for the clientele and services that Measure 110 covers and supports, it felt like that was something to reconsider. So we're not going to do it today, but someday in the not too distant future, we'll come back with the funding conversation, because, the metaphor about, it's one pizza, everybody gets a bite, or bite of the apple, or, the thinning of the soup. There are only so many dollars to go around. And we are not prepared yet to dive into that funding conversation to re-arbitrate the entire Josephine County messages. So as we continue to meet, I'll come back and continue to report back with y'all. So curious if you have any questions for me or any comments. Sabrina?
I think it was last time you showed us the timeline of how I'm just going to, for the lack of better words, the notification for appeal process letters were going to be sent to counties and to organizations that were denied funding. So where are we at on that
Yeah.
timeline?
And Kathy will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I saw a message flash on my phone from a teammate that the last batch of denial letters went out today, last night, today,
This morning.
this morning. Yeah. So that's the final batch went out today.
Okay, and then can you remind me again how we were doing batches? Like what that process was, and then what we took into what you're taking into consideration when you're deciding who you're going to pass forward for an appeal. If you can provide that information again, that'd be helpful for me to remember.
The primary consideration I believe is important is sticking true to what you as the funding entity prioritized, which was existing grantees and ensuring continuity for services in every community. And then what I'm also doing is going back and looking at the whole landscape of the different providers and looking at the different service areas, and then also noting the reductions that all of the applicants are going to have to manage, and making sure that there is enough funding with every existing organization to ensure a robust service array for everybody who lives in those counties.
And the second part of my question, Abby, was how did you guys figure out which batch of notifications you were going to send out? I know there's a method to it, but I do not remember.
Yeah, it was basically alphabetical. So, I mean, not very fancy, but we started alphabetical, Sabrina. And then we knew that because the numbers in Washington and Multnomah, Clackamas counties, particularly Multnomah and Washington, even those that are, middle and bottom of the alphabet, we wanted to send those out in their own batch, because we knew we needed to be able to handle the influx if there was going to be an influx. So that maybe what would be helpful is, Kathy, if you have at your fingertips just the last counties that were sent out today, and then you'll know that every county's denial letters have been sent.
We have that went out today: Klamath, Lane, Lincoln, Lynn, Malheur, Marion, Morrow, Union, and Yamhill.
Thanks, Kathy. Yes, Sabrina.
And another question is, okay, so where on the timeline are you going to close the window for appeals and or you're going to inform the organizations that the appeal process came and gone?
Yeah, Shannon, can I have you chime in? I think you sent me an email about the timeline today, and I've just been on the run, so I haven't had a chance to digest that.
Sorry, the timeline for appeals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to notify the applicant within 10 days of when you make a decision, Abby. And then in that communication, presumably you would indicate if you were granting, approving an appeal, you would state, for example, when the OAC was going to revisit the application, because that would be the next step.
And so today would be the decision then for those 7 entities I just named off.
Yeah. So the clock would start.
Go ahead, Sabrina.
Sorry to take up all the time. So how long does an organization who has been sent a denial letter have to actually submit their appeal?
5 days.
Okay, thank you.
Business days.
Thank you, Kathy. 5 business days. Those are the updates from OAJ.
That's it then. Alrighty. Well, thanks so much, folks, for your time. Excited to give you back some time for your day. Unless anyone has any questions or anything.
Congratulations, Keisha.
Thank
Yes,
you.
congratulations, Keisha.
Thank you.
Right.
Got to see
Well,
Hunter in person.
Keisha, since you've been a tri-chair before, do you want to shadow or do you want me to just add you to the invites after the 31st? It's completely up to you.
Shadow.
Okay. I'll add
It's been a
add
minute,
these to
so
them
just
right
make
now.
sure everything's still, the same.
Sounds good. I'll get those to you.
Also, I have one more thing, if that's okay. Dharma, amazing work. You carried us through a really, really trying and difficult time. Only tri-chair for a second there. And I cannot express my heartfelt gratitude for your leadership during that. And so thank you. You're amazing.
thank you, Hunter. Thanks, Linda, and everyone in the chat.
Yes. I echo Hunter.
Alrighty, well, I am awkward with recognitions. I'm going to end this now. So thank you so much, everyone. No, thank you so much. Have a good day, y'all.
Let's try Dharma. You're getting away with it, huh?
Yep.